right, y'all. Come on, let's get ready to pray here. That's right, Luke. That's all it takes to do it, man. All minds clear? This is Devarim, or Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 4. Hear, O Yisrael, Yahuwah our Elohim, Yahuwah is one. Shema Yisrael, Yahuwah Eloheinu, Yahuwah Echad. It's coming out of Exodus, or Shemot, chapter 20 and verse 3. We will have no other mighty ones against the Most High. We will not make any carved image or any likeness of that which is in Shamayim above, or which is in the earth beneath, or which is in the waters under the earth. We will not bow down to them, nor serve them. For Yahuwah our El is a jealous El, visiting the wickedness of the fathers on the children, to the third and fourth generation of those that hate him, but showing kindness to thousands of those who love him and keep his commandments. We will not bring the name of Yahuwah our El in vain, for Yahuwah will not leave us unpunished, who brings his name in vain. We will remember the Shabbat day to keep it Kodesh. 6 days we will labor and do all our work. But the seventh day is the Shabbat of Yahuwah our El, where in 6 days Yahuwah made Shamayim and the earth and the sea and all that is in them, and rested the seventh day. Therefore Yahuwah barak the Shabbat day. We will respect our fathers and our mothers, so that our days are long upon the earth. We will not murder. We will not commit adultery. We will not steal. We will not bear false witness against our neighbor. We will not covet anything that is our neighbor.
Father, Yah, we give thanks for this set-apart day, Father, a time to gather together and reflect on our lives, Father, and our relationship with you, to be edified in your word according to your spirit, Father. We pray, Father, that the word will be dropped and be magnified today, Father, within our lives, Father, that we can use for the uplifting and the upbuilding of your kingdom as you see fit. Father, we pray and ask that you would charge us by the words of our mouths, Father, reciting your commandments, Father, not just for repetition, Father, but just to commit it to heart, Father, to do these things on a daily basis. All these things, Father, we pray and we give thanks for Shem Yehuwah, Menkaya, Hoshua, Hamashiach, Ruach HaKodesh, so be it.
So be it. Hey, everybody, make sure y'all phones is on silent, mute, including myself. How y'all doing today? Yeah. Seem a little dry in here today. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Most of y'all know today is like it's a bittersweet day for me. It's the Shabbat, day of rest. You know what I'm saying? But last 2 nights ago, I lost somebody very close to me in my family. You know what I'm saying? My cousin passed away.
It was an overdose on his medicine. Uh, he was in the army. He was there 4 years. Came home, trying to get his life on track. Things wasn't working out how he wanted them to work out. Um, he went through a large slump of depression. Large slump of depression. You know what I'm saying? Doctors had him on antidepressant medicine. Um, One thing led to another. You know what I'm saying? Now he's not with us. Right? So today, I felt compelled to speak on the subject of depression. You know what I'm saying? How many anybody ever felt depressed before or been in a depressed state? Uh, how did that feel? How did you feel when you was in that state? Like what? Hopeless.
Nobody cared about you.
Nobody care about you. I'm gonna never get better. Clouds stayed thick and dark around you. You know what I'm saying? And it's something that's prevalent in our community. But when you see somebody in that state of depression, people write it off. Oh man, you crazy, man. Or oh, you'll be all right. You'll be able to deal with it. You'll be able to get through it. But don't really actually understand what this person is going through. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna deal with that today. Um, what they have for depression, it said it's a mood disorder that lasts for at least 2 years. Now, I don't know how true or how, you know what I'm saying, closely connected the time frame is when talking about the depression, but they call it a mood disorder, right? Some say that they, felt depression. So we're going to walk through the scriptures and see a couple examples of it and what to do to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because depression is it's not something to be played with. It's not something to just write off. It's not something that it claims lives. Shalom, man. It claims lives, right? Let's get Psalms 42 and 11.
Psalms 42 and 11. Why are you cast down, O my soul?
He asked this question to us.
Why are you cast down, O my soul?
He said, why are you cast down, O my soul? That speaks volumes to me. You know what I'm saying? Like you ever like soul food, soul music, right? Like what do soul that music that got soul in it? How did that make you feel when you listen to it? What did it do to you? It touched your emotions, the inner you, right? So he says, why are you cast down, oh my soul? He said, my soul is cast down. The inner me is depressed, it's down, right? Read.
And why are you disquieted within me?
Somebody look up that word disquieted. See what that means. In y'all Strong's Concordance. Anybody got it? Still got it?
Disquieted, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the word H 1993 Hama. To murmur, to growl, roar, cry aloud, mourn, rage, sound, make noise, tumult, be clamorous, disquieted, be loud, be moved, be troubled, be in an uproar.
So he said his soul is cast down, but on the inside of him is raging. You know what I'm saying? It's screaming at him. It want to be in a different position, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? You ever, you know, when people say you got you're bipolar, when you feel one way and then you be up, or you know what I'm saying? Looking at some of the symptoms of depression, they said that being bipolar is thrown in there because of how up and down you could be, how you could be super down at one moment and then enraged in the next moment. You know what I'm saying? So you can just imagine what he's saying. It's a lot of stuff he's saying in this verse on how this man is feeling. You know what I'm saying? And if you've ever been through depression, you understand what he's saying right now. He says, why are you cast down on my soul? Why are you disquieted within me? You know?
Within me, hope thou in Yah, for I shall yet praise him. Who is he? Who is the healer of my countenance and my power?
So he's the health of the countenance, and he's our power, right? Let's get Psalms 42, and in the same chapter. Let's jump up to verse 6.
Psalms 42 and 6. O my power, my soul is cast down within me. Therefore will I remember thee from the land of Jordan, and of the Hermonites from the hill Mizar.
So he said it again. My soul is cast down within me, right? Get Psalms 143 in verse 3. Psalms 143, verse 3.
Psalms 143 and 3. For the enemy have persecuted my soul.
The who?
The enemy have persecuted my soul.
Anything can come to you in the form of an enemy, right? Your own thoughts can either be your best ally or your worst enemy. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're going through something and you feeling like it ain't no way out. Your thoughts become who you are. They become how you look at yourself. You know what I'm saying? So if you in a position to where, let's say you can't pay your rent and you don't know which your next meal that's gonna come on the table. You know what I'm saying? You worried about your babies. You worried about your own well-being, and your inner thoughts ain't showing you nothing about the Father. Only negative things. Oh, you ain't gonna never get up out of this. Oh, you gonna have to go out and do something crazy to get this money up. You know what I'm saying? You become those thoughts. And if you dwell on those thoughts over and over and over again, it's gonna become you. You're gonna actually go out and do what your thoughts are. Right? You know?
For the enemy have persecuted my soul.
Mm-hmm.
He has smitten my life down to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
He have made me to dwell in darkness.
He made me to dwell where?
In darkness.
He made me to dwell in darkness. Read on.
As those that have been long dead.
This enemy has made me feel like I'm dead. Usually when people are severely depressed, this is how they feel. I'm dead anyway. I might as well take myself out. Right? Read on.
Therefore is my spirit overwhelmed within me.
Mm-hmm.
My heart within me is desolate.
It's what?
It's desolate.
He said that his heart within him is desolate. I mean, it's a hole in here. It's something that's missing inside of me. Anybody ever felt like it was just something missing? Like, I can't feel this void. No way, shape, or form. That's a form of depression.
What does desolate mean?
Yeah. Empty. Void, empty. Right? So when you got this feeling on the inside of you that it's empty, it's something that you can't get back or you can't recover, or you're going to try to find ways, whether it's good or bad, to fill that void. Right? This is what people go through when they depressed. What's the saying? You kill a person dead, you ain't saying nothing, but if you kill him while he's breathing, then you saying something. Y'all ever heard that saying? Basically, if you kill a person dead, let's just say you shoot a person dead. That's the end of it, right? But if you can mentally kill somebody while they breathing, how much more damage are you doing? Way more damage, right? So when this enemy creep in and he starts to throw certain things at you to get you in this place where you feel void or empty, he doing way more than killing your body. You know what I'm saying? Let's get Job 17:15.
Job chapter 17 and verse 15. And where is now my hope?
This is the question that my cousin was asking the last couple weeks he was living. You know what I'm saying? Where is my hope? Everything is turning away. Everything that I touch turn bad. Everything that I do crumbles. What do I hope in? You know what I'm saying? And I was telling him about the Most High. You gotta hope in the Most High. You gotta rest in the Most High. But it was something that was so far fetched for him that wasn't something he could grasp. It wasn't something he could hold on to. It wasn't tangible. Because everything that he was going through in his life that was turning into shambles, that was tangible. I can see this. I can touch this. I can feel this. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have no thoughts of looking into the scriptures. Read on.
Verse 15. And where is now my hope? As for my hope, who shall see it?
I don't know. I don't have no hope. Can't nobody see this. Don't nobody understand what I'm going through. You can't talk me into feeling better. When you in a state of depression, how many people tell you, oh, it's going to be all right? You going to be smooth. Oh, man, I got you. But them just words. That's all it is words. And we're going to get into that in a minute. Because we supposed to be a family in here, right? We're gonna see how that actually is playing out. If this is true. Get out Isaiah chapter 40. Isaiah chapter 40 and verse 30.
Isaiah chapter 40 and verse 30. Even the youth.
Even the who?
Even the youth.
Even the who?
Even the youth.
Even the youth shall do what?
Shall faint and be weary.
They shall faint and be weary. Remember what he said in the New Testament. Be not weary in well doing, right? But he said even the youth is gonna faint. They're gonna be weary. Read on.
Even the youth shall faint and be weary.
And the young men.
And the young men shall utterly fall.
Hold on to that. We're gonna revisit this song. This Isaiah the 40th chapter. He said, even the youth shall faint and be weary, and the young man shall utterly fall. I'm gonna try to hold on to that. Let's get Proverbs 12 and 25.
Proverbs chapter 12, verse 25. Heaviness is in the heart of a man, maketh it stop, maketh it stoop.
It said, heaviness in the heart of a man make it stoop. Hold that. Jump over to 13 and 12. Heaviness in the heart of a man make him stoop. Again, this is talking about depression, right? Anybody been heavy in their heart? Anybody know what that feel like? Like it literally feel like it's something weighing down on your heart, pulling it down in you. You know what I'm saying? This is not something that you can just say. This is something that you actually feel. And we got to be able to see that in each other. If you see or sense somebody around you feeling that way, it's your job to reach out to them. Proverbs 13:12.
Proverbs 13 and 12. Hope deferred maketh the heart sick.
Read that one more time.
Hope deferred maketh the heart sick.
Hope deferred makes the heart sick. Sick. That's something that you couldn't even fathom. It says hope deferred makes your heart sick, not well, right? That's a major statement. Go back to Proverbs 12 and 25.
Proverbs 12 and 25. Heaviness in the heart of man maketh it stoop, but a good word maketh it glad.
But a good word make it glad. Now, again, talking about seeing people in this depressed state, going to them and actually empathizing with them, you know what I'm saying? And helping them out in any way that you can. This is our job to do. But we're going to revisit that.
Get Deuteronomy. No, not Deuteronomy.
Yeah, Deuteronomy 28, 29. Deuteronomy 28, 29. Before you read that, I was looking up some statistics and with depression in the black community. We make up 13% of this country's population, right? But twice as many of us are depressed. Let me see something. Yeah, read Deuteronomy 28, 29 first.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 29. And you shall grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness, and you shall not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed.
He said you should be only what?
Only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save you.
So when we look at this right here, when it's told us that we was gonna grope in noonday and these type of things, right, and these curses, I know that we done been over them 1,000 times, but did you ever hold it to your heart like, man, this is really sad for somebody to go through? You know what I'm saying? In the middle of the day, it's gonna be like you a blind man walking around. Have you ever woke up in the morning and your eyes was closed, you couldn't really open them, and you started to panic? You ever had that feeling? Pink eye? They call it pink eye. And you couldn't open them, and you was just, you know what I'm saying? You get to panicking, and you was worried. Oh my goodness, I need to open my eyes. Imagine how a blind person feel walking around every day, not knowing what's in front of them, what's behind them, who coming at them. You know what I'm saying? That's deep. That's deep. Absolutely. Can you read that again?
Thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness, and you shall not prosper in your ways.
Everything, it seemed like the quote-unquote black community try to put their hands on, try to do better for themselves and always crumble. You know what I'm saying? Like, I seen a post on Facebook that say this system is corrupt, or the system has gone bad. And the brother said, nah, that's how it was made for you. It's made for you to fall. It's made for you to fail. And your curses were set up for you to do the same. Because of what we did to the Most High. He said, you're not going to prosper in none of your ways. Same thing my cousin dealt with. Read on.
And you shall be only oppressed and spoiled evermore.
He said, you're going to only be oppressed and ruined. That word spoiled is ruined forevermore. Read.
And no man shall save you.
Ain't nobody going to bring you up out of this. Not no man, not no mortal man. Can't nobody get you up. You can't even get yourself up out of it. Because no matter how good you may think you're doing in one area, it's always going to be another area that you're going to feel oppressed in. You can take Kanye West as an example of that. All the money in the world, he still feel like he can't get nowhere. Right? But I looked up some statistics. It says 63% of African Americans say that depression in our communities is just a part of aging. Just a part of age. Nah, man, that's, you know, as you get old, that's what it is. You get depressed as you get old. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that.
No.
And the reason why I don't think that, because all of the children of Israel that's in their prospective captivities around the world, right? We were raised in a depressed state. We were born into a depressed state. We were born without an inheritance, without something to look forward to. No dads. You know what I'm saying? We was born into this state. Get Jeremiah 22 and 13. Jeremiah 22 and 13. It says 20% of African Americans report that 20% more African Americans report depression than white folks. So black folks actually come out and say it, 20% more than white folks. But in our communities, do anybody admit that they're depressed? Anybody just come out and be like, hey, man, I'm depressed, man? Or do they try to hide it and put on a false sense of security for everybody else? It's one of the reasons why you don't never get up out of it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody hard. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Too strong for you to see them cry. Read that right quick.
Jeremiah chapter 22 and verse 13. Woe unto him that buildeth his house by unrighteousness, and his chambers by wrong.
We came over here and we helped build America up, right? We helped set the foundation to this country, right? He said he did this and wrong, and what else?
Unrighteousness, and his chambers by wrong, that useth his neighbor's service without wages.
We went through chattel slavery. We didn't get paid nothing. And you always hear everybody say, if you had people work for free for you for 400 plus years, you would have a healthy inheritance to leave your children, children's children, all that, right? But if you were the people that were working for free, what do you have to leave your children behind? Nothing. Then you gotta work harder to get something to leave for your family, right? Nothing wrong with working hard, but the place that we're put in, we automatically grow up with these stigma. Oh man, I can't find a job. I heard I can't find a job more when I was a child than I think I heard any other statement in my life. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they won't hire no black folks. Oh, I'm a criminal, I don't get hired. You know what I'm saying? I heard this so many times. This already puts something in your brain, sets something in your mind up like, man, shoot, I'm gonna have to be a basketball player or a drug dealer to get this money. Ain't no jobs hiring us. I gotta be a rapper. You already in a state of depression and you don't even know it. Right? But there's another one. It says African Americans that live in poverty are 3 times more likely to be victims of depression than any other. It said they experience sadness, hopelessness, worthlessness, and the sad part is 31% of the black community say that depression is not even real in the black community. They say it's not even here. That don't make no sense. Let me read y'all some of the symptoms before we move on. Let's see if any of y'all can attest to any of these things. All right, this is coming from an article off of helpguide.org. It says, are you depressed? If you identify with several of the following signs and symptoms, especially the first 2, and they just won't go away, you may be suffering from depression. You feel hopeless and helpless. You've lost interest in friends, activities, and things you used to enjoy. You feel tired all the time. Your sleep and appetite has changed. You can't concentrate or find that previous ease, or find that previously easy tasks are now difficult. You can't control your negative thoughts. No matter how much you try, you're much more irritable, short-tempered, or aggressive than usual. You're consuming more alcohol than normal or engaging in other reckless behavior. Anybody identify with some of those things? It's another one. It reads, well, it's in the black community, this is what they're saying that African Americans deal with. Denial. Over 40% of us deal with denial. Embarrassment or shame a lot. Don't want or refuse help. Lack money or insurance. It's 29%. Fear. Lack of knowledge. It says lack of knowledge of treatment or the problem or hopelessness. Okay, I think that's it. But we get the gist of it, right? Dealing with depression, right? We done all been through some of those feelings or going through some of those feelings right now. It's Psalms 30 and 5. It's only two things that can keep you out of this state of depression or help you through it to eventually get out of this state of depression. What do y'all think those two things are? The Most High and counsel, talking to somebody. That's exactly right. Psalms 30 and 5. These are the two things that will help you through depression. Psalms chapter 30 and verse 5. The problem with my cousin is he didn't have a foundation in the Most High. Right? And that's enough in itself to push you over the edge.
We'll make sure that when you get counsel, you get counsel from the right person.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You tell them going out here with this professional counsel, you're the one that puts you on this medication that causes you to take these drugs that cause you to think this way.
Absolutely.
So
We're gonna
be
deal
careful
with
where
that
you
too.
get your counsel from.
Absolutely. And when I say counsel, I don't mean going to no psychiatrist. I ain't talking, because somebody that's disconnected from your situation sometimes don't help with your situation. You know what I'm saying? Psalms 30 and 5.
Psalms chapter 30 and 5. For his anger endureth but a moment.
This is the Most High says, for his anger endure but for a moment. Right? We know that. If we done did some madness to him, and he done put us through something, it's only for a season. Right? Read.
For his anger endureth for but a moment. In his favor is life. Weeping
His favor is what?
is life.
His favor is life. When you in a depressed state, you don't even think about your life. You're not even thinking about you or the people that you would affect in, you know what I'm saying, planning suicide, because suicide is definitely, suicide and depression go, hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? He said his favor is life. Read on.
His favor is life. Weeping may endure for a night.
You might go through some weeping may endure for a night. You're going to cry your eyes out that night, that day, however many days. But what?
But joy cometh in the morning.
But joy gonna come. You can't lose sight of that. I don't care what you going through, what situation you in. This is cliche, so to speak, because this is what a lot of people, oh, joy come in the morning, right? But it's true. It's true. And we got to hold on to that. If we got a foundation in the Most High. Get Matthew 11 and 28. And when we talk about this foundation in the Most High, let's take you right back to faith, because you got to actually believe in order to have a foundation. You know what I'm saying? If you built a building and you're not sure if the foundation is solid, and you think that, man, if I walk in here too much, I might fall through and ain't gonna get back out. How many times you gonna walk in that house? You done already psyched yourself out. My foundation ain't right. We gotta have a solid foundation in the Most High and His Son in order to walk or enter into His house. Matthew 11:28.
Matthew 11:28. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, I will give you rest.
I will give you rest. He gonna give you rest. A lot of people go out here and they try to take these medicines, like my family, for instance. Took medicines because he couldn't sleep. He couldn't get his mind together. He couldn't. But if you had this foundation, you will be able to get over the hump. No matter how high the hump is, you'll be able to get over it. Right? Get Psalms 143:7.
Psalms 143:7.
Start at verse 6.
Verse 6. I stretch forth my hands unto you. My soul thirsteth after you, as a thirsty land. Selah. Hear me speedily, O Yahuwah. My spirit faileth. Hide not thy face from me, lest I be like unto them that go down into the pit.
Lest I be like the people that's already dead. He done already told us this. Right? When you pray to the Most High, you ask to the Most High things, you be wanting Him to answer you right back. You be wanting Him to get right back with you. Father, I need this. And when He don't, if you don't have a foundation, what's going to happen? You're going to say, forget about it. This is why that foundation, that faith is so important. Depression is real. It will kill you. It will kill you. You got to have the tools to be able to dig yourself up out of it. And the foundation in the Most High is definitely one of those tools. Get Proverbs 29. Proverbs 29:24.
Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 24.
Hold up. Wait. Get John chapter 10 and verse 10 first. I'm sorry. John 10 and 10. John 10 and 10. He spoke about that enemy earlier, right? Let's see something right quick.
John chapter 10 and 10. The thief cometh not, but for to steal, and to kill, and to destroy.
Y'all heard this before? I know this was one of the famous joints, right? It says, the thief cometh not, but for to steal, kill, and to destroy. Now, what are you supposed to do with a thief? Straight up buck him, huh? Right? Now, what thief is he actually talking about in this instance? Shaitan, right? Oh, what you got? Get Job 24. He can't steal your joy. Break out of the chain. Job 24:13.
Job chapter 24 and 13. They are those that rebelled against the light.
Against the what?
Against the light.
Who is the light? Mashiach is the light that the Most High sent into the world. We know the Father is light as well. Let's not take that away. You know what I'm saying? He came out of the Father, right? But if you're rebelling against Mashiach, who you rebelling against? Right?
It says they rebel against the light, and read on.
They know not the ways thereof,
They know not the ways thereof, neither what?
nor abide in the paths thereof.
Uh-huh.
The murderer.
The who?
The murderer.
The who?
The murderer.
Who was a murderer from the beginning? Shaitan. Right? Read.
The murderer rising with the light.
With the what?
With the light.
He's rising with the what?
With the light.
He looked like light. He could be mistaken for light. Read.
The murderer rising with the light killeth the poor and needy, and in the night is a thief.
Is as a thief. So he's just like the thief. So it's synonymous. Murderer and a thief. Together, right? Get Proverbs 29:24. Now what happens if you actually allow this thief to come into your life and you partake in the things that he wants you to partake of, and he consumes you with his things, and you roll with him? Exactly. Proverbs 29:24.
Proverbs 29:24. Whoso partners with a thief hateth his own soul.
Wait a minute. He said if you a partner with a thief, you hate your own what?
He hateth his own
You
soul.
hate your own soul. So you walking a tightrope when you talking about dealing with the Father or dealing with Hashatan. You walking a tightrope when you giving into the lust of the flesh and the things that Hashatan got to offer. You walking a tightrope because he said if you a partner with him, you hate your own soul, because I'm gonna knock him off. And if you accessory, you gotta go too. Read.
Whoso is partner with the thief hateth his own soul. He heareth cursing and bewrayeth it not.
Get Matthew 24:42.
Matthew chapter 24 and verse 42. Watch therefore.
Do what?
Watch therefore.
You gotta keep your eyes open, man. Gotta keep your eyes open. Read.
Watch therefore, for you know not what hour your master doth come. But know this, and if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come.
If he would have knew when the thief was gonna come in, that's the problem. We can't see when the thief gonna try to break into our crib. But if you could, you would try to prevent it, right? Sometimes he blindsides you because you ain't got your eyes open. You ain't watching. We gotta watch. Read.
He would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore, be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh.
So you gotta be ready. If you found with a thief when Mashiach get back, he just told you what happens when you a partner with him, right? You hate your own soul. Go back to John 10 and 10. Read the whole verse.
John chapter 10 and 10. The thief cometh not, but for to steal, and to kill, and to destroy.
So he just said that the thief came to steal and to kill. So when we looked at him being the murderer as well, we see how that go together, right?
Yeah.
Read on.
I am come that they might have life.
He come that you have what?
That they may have life.
So if you take hold to the thief, then you hate your soul. But if you take hold to him, then you're going to have eternal
Life.
life. Right? Get Psalms 34 and 8.
You can't allow hardships to make you go to the left. You can't allow hardships to make you go to the right. He say stay on that straight and narrow path, right? Don't look to the left or to the right. Any thoughts of depression that come into your mind, any ill will towards the Most High, yourself, or anybody around you, you need to let it out. Because if you anything that you let fester, it's gonna come out when it wants to. Not necessarily when you want it to. You know what I'm saying? When something ferments, like a old wine, right? Like when it's there for a long period of time, do it get stronger after a while?
Yeah.
The longer it sit, the longer it sit, the longer it sit, the stronger it get, the stronger it get, the stronger it get. That's how it is rotting inside of you if you got these feelings in you. You know what I'm saying? And it will eventually drive you to do something you don't need to do. Whether it's thought, word, or deed. Psalms 34 and 8.
Psalms 34 and 8. Oh, taste and see that Yahuwah is good.
That he was?
That Yahuwah is good.
Mm-hmm.
Blessed is the man that trusteth in him.
Because cursed is the man that trusts in who?
Man.
If trust in man. If you ain't got a foundation of the Father, you trusting in yourself to get you up out of this, you ain't gonna get nowhere. Right? Let's get Numbers chapter 11, verse 9. Let's look at Moses right quick. Anybody know if y'all ever thought like Moses may have been depressed at a point in time? I mean, we know that he was the guy that led us up out of Mitzrayim, right? He was the guy that had the power and authority from the Most High, right? How could he be depressed? Anybody that came against him got smashed on. How can he be depressed? See. Numbers chapter 11 and verse 9.
Numbers chapter 11 and verse 9. And when the dew fell upon the camp in the night, the manna fell upon it. Then Moses heard the people weep throughout their families, every man in the door of his tent. And the anger of Yahuwah was kindled greatly. Moses also was displeased.
So these people got manna, they got the quail, and they still acting the monkey. They still murmuring. You eating now? You got food now. Every day. Every night. Twice on the 6th day. What are you complaining about? You free? So Moses was displeased. And you know the Most High was pissed off. I done brought y'all from over there. I done gave y'all food. And y'all still tripping? Read on.
And Moses said unto Yahuwah, wherefore hast thou afflicted thy servants?
And he talking to who? He talking to the Most High. He said, why you afflicted your servant? Read.
Wherefore hast thou afflicted thy servant? And wherefore have I not found favor in thy sight, that thou layest the burden of all this people upon me?
How many people was out there? It was, how many did they say came out? Hundreds of thousands minus who? It's like 500,000 minus who?
Children.
Minus the children and the women. It could have been up to 1 million people or more. And he said, I ain't found favor in your sight. You gonna put all this on me? Me. Man, it's hard enough to deal with a family of your own. And you talking about 500,000 plus? And everybody that got something to say, oh, that Moses nigga. Oh, he done brought us out here to die. That's tough. Read on.
Upon me have I conceived all this people?
Am I the father of these people? Have I conceived them? Have I, what else?
Have I begotten them?
Am I their daddy? Why you putting it all on me? Right? Read.
That thou shouldest say unto me, carry them in thy bosom, as a nursing father beareth the sucking child, unto the land which thou swearest unto their fathers?
Why you putting this all on me? Why me? But you know what's crazy? The question to counter that everybody need to ask themselves when they ever had that question is, why not you? Why not you? Obviously, it's something that he think you can bear, but you got to get through it. Why not you? Read on.
Whence should I have flesh to give unto all this people?
Mm-hmm.
For they weep unto me, saying, Give us flesh that we may eat.
Read.
I am not able to bear all this people alone, because it is too heavy for me.
It's too heavy for me to deal with. Father, I'm going crazy. This man was in a state of depression. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
I don't know what to do. They asking me for the stuff. I'm hollering at you. You ain't gave it to me yet. I don't. What I'm supposed to do? Right? Read.
And if thou deal thus with me, kill me.
What he say?
Kill me.
Look, Father, take the wheel. Right? You might as well do me now. Read.
And if thou deal thus with me, kill me, I pray thee, out of hand, if I have found favor in thy sight, and let me not see my wretchedness.
He said, if I found favor in your sight, do me. Get me up out of here. That's heavy. That's heavy. That's a heavy thing to take on, man. Right? Read on.
And Yahuwah said unto Moses, Gather unto me 70 men of the elders of Israel, whom thou knowest to be the elders of the people, and officers over them, and bring them unto the tabernacle of the congregation, that they may stand there with you.
So he said, look, you get that 70 roll. You know what I'm saying? They're going to stand with you. They're going to take some of the burden. But does that take away the state of depression he was in? Does that mean as they move forward, it still wasn't going to be Moses' fault when stuff ain't go right? No. That depression is serious. Right? It's Psalm 73. I know I hit this a lot of times, but it is what it is.
For 1,000 points, what was the other prophet that wanted to die? You got that 1,000 points?
No doubt.
Oh, 73 what?
73 and 1.
Psalms chapter 73 and verse 1. Truly, Yah is good to Israel, even to such are of a clean heart.
He didn't separate those. He's good to Israel. We all Yisrael, right? Even to such as are of a clean heart. How many of us got a clean heart? It go hand in hand. It can't just be just because you Israel. Right? You got to have a clean heart too. Right? Read.
But as for me, my feet were almost gone.
I was almost out of here. I almost fell for it. Read.
My steps had well nigh slipped.
That banana peel was right there. I put my toe on it. I almost was out of here. I almost slipped. Read.
For I was envious at the foolish
Uh-huh.
when I saw the prosperity of the wicked.
It's another thing that we deal with in our community. You would have a car, a house, a family, and as soon as you see these idiots out here getting money, got these good cars and this and that, you automatically picture yourself there and you measure yourself based upon that. Right? You measure yourself based upon what you see as opposed to what you have. And now you put yourself right back into that depressed state. I ain't where I'm supposed to be, man. I need to be better. I need to be right here. Like, it take time to get stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? But you can literally drive yourself crazy trying to get somewhere that you don't need to be right. It ain't for you right now. Get Jeremiah 1 and 19. We be through in a second, y'all. Jeremiah 1 and 19.
Just want to hit this last point, and we'll be through.
Jeremiah 1:19. And they shall fight against you, but they shall not prevail against you, for I am with you, saith Yahuwah, to deliver you.
Now, we can look at this on a grand scheme, or we can look at it for what it was here in Jeremiah. But if the Most High is with you, who can get victory over you? How many of y'all believe that for real? We ought to, because it's real. If it's of the Most High, it's going to stand, but if it ain't of him, it's going to fall. Right? We got to be about that. We got to really believe that to the core. So all in all, we know that we need the Most High as a foundation if we dealing with any of these feelings of depression. But what was that other thing that you needed? Comfort? Counsel? From who?
Somebody that can really relate.
Somebody that can relate? Who else?
Loved one.
A loved one. Who else? What's that?
People that's like-minded, that believe in the Most High, same thing.
Psalms 1:1. Gotta have good counsel, right? Because if you don't have good counsel when you're going through something, ain't no sense of kicking it with it. Right?
Psalms chapter 1 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Increased is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly.
In the what?
In the counsel of the ungodly.
In the counsel of the ungodly, right? So now, we got to realize, if I need counsel along with the Most High to get me out of this situation, I can't be going to just anybody, right? It's certain people I got to deal with, right? Let's get up Proverbs chapter 6. Proverbs chapter 6. Proverbs the 6th chapter and verse 1.
Proverbs 6 and 1. My son, if thou be surety for thy friend, if thou hast stricken thy hand with the stranger, thou art snared with the words of thy mouth.
It says, my son, if you be surety of your friend. Right? Now, who else called themselves a friend to somebody in the book? We got two instances where friends were named. Great. Well, we can say three. David and Jonathan were friends. Abraham and Yahuwah. And who else? Mashiach and who? And us. Right? Three examples of friendships that were inseparable bonds. Right? Now, if you call yourself a friend, or you know how we in here call each other family, right? How real do y'all think that is? Somebody, anybody. How real do y'all think it is? On a scale of 1 to 10, how real do you think it is? Supposed to be on a 10. In reality, what is it? You got a 1? Depends on the what? Depends on the day. What else? Anybody else?
I think on the circumstance, sometimes you come together and dealing with certain issues.
Under certain circumstances, we come together to deal with certain issues. What else? A 1? Still at a 1. Anybody else? The fact that it's not consistent, that it's on 10 or anywhere close up in there, depend on the day, it's a 1, that's not good.
So now we got to revert back to the book to actually find out what it means to call somebody friend or family, especially dealing with the topic that we're talking about. Especially seeing as though everybody in here was dealing with or something close to those symptoms that we named for depression. You know what I'm saying? Or have dealt with them in the past. Proverbs 6:1 again.
Proverbs 6:1. My son, if thou be surety for thy friend, if thou hast stricken thy hand with the stranger, thou art snared with the words of thy mouth. Thou art taken with the words of thy mouth. Do this now, my son.
This is a command, right? Do this now. Do what?
Do this now, my son, and deliver thyself when thou art come into the hand of thy friend. Go humble thyself and make sure thy friend.
He said, go and humble yourself and make sure of your friend. You got to make sure that this person that you calling your friend is actually your friend, actually your family. Because in the time of trouble, this is what's going to be decided. If you already call this person your friend, you already call this person your homie, your family. And when adversity comes, when that state of depression may come, and they not there, that can do way more damage to that depression than anything else. Because you already feeling like you alone. Now the person that you want to depend on, when they not there for you, it make it worse. When it was your job to prove out your friend in the first place. Right? The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 6, and verse 6.
Sirach or Ecclesiastes 6:6.
Because we do realize the way that we treat each other is a reflection of how we treat the Father, right? He said, you can see them every day. You can't see me. So if you hate your brother, then you got no love for me. Sirach chapter 6 and verse 6.
Be in peace with many, nevertheless have but one counselor.
Be at peace with many. It ain't wrong with being cool with a lot of people. But you can't go to a lot of people for everything. Right? Be at peace with many, but what?
Nevertheless have but one counselor of 1,000.
That means it's got to be somebody you actually trust. Right? Somebody you actually can put your life into their hands, because that's the example that we get in the scriptures. That's the example we get from Abraham and that we get from the Most High. Abraham could put his life into the Father's hands, even so that he put his son's life into the Father's hands. Jonathan and David, same thing. He trusted that man with his life, and his father was the one trying to kill him. How many of y'all can say, I look at everybody in here and I can trust you with my life? And if you can't, you need to reevaluate that friendship, or you need to get some bricks and start building it where it needs to be. Because otherwise, if you don't have a good foundation when it comes to your friendship, when it comes to hardships, it's going to be like the Red Sea. That mother going to part. Right? Read on.
If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him.
It says, if you get a friend, prove him first. Don't be so quick to say, man, this is my guy. That'll bite you in the butt. It's just a true statement. Read on.
For some man is a friend for his own occasions.
Wait a minute. Some man is a friend for what?
For his own occasions.
Some people is just around just to get out of it what they want to get out of it. Right? A lot of people ain't really down for you like they say they down for you. But if we gonna be in this room together, in this space together, and call each other friends and family, we gotta make sure that that ain't the case with us. Read on.
and will not abide in the day of your trouble.
In the day of your what?
In the day of your trouble.
If one of us is feeling down or depressed, I'm supposed to be able to see this and come to you. I gotta go to you because I know where it can lead. It's not my job to sit back and say, man, I hope the brother all right. That ain't love, that ain't friendship. I gotta go to you because I see it. Sometimes you can't wait on somebody to come and tell you, hey man, I'm depressed. Statistics show that we don't talk about it like that anyway.
I was just about to say, we're people that, we don't talk to each other.
We hide it.
We hide it.
Exactly.
You know about my business.
Sometimes you gotta go to them, you gotta see it, and you gotta address it head on. Hey man, I'm here for you. What's going on with you? You know what I'm saying? Read on.
And there is a friend who, being turned to enmity and strife, will discover thy reproach.
Anybody know what that means? Read it again.
And there is a friend who, being turned to enmity and strife, will discover thy reproach.
Friends fall out with you and start spreading your business with you told in confidence.
Absolutely. Or when y'all fall out, all of a sudden, oh yeah, that's why you was such and such anyway. That's why you was this. That's why you was that. Right? Throw it back in your face. Right?
You know Esau ain't white. It's the white man.
That's heavy. That's deep. Read on.
Again, some friend is a companion at the table and will not continue in the day of your affliction.
What that mean? Sometimes people is your friend at the table, but what?
And will continue in the day of thy affliction.
They
And
won't-
will not continue in the day of your affliction.
What that sound like to y'all?
You got money.
Fair weather friend? Huh?
You got money.
You got that money, they're around. Right? More importantly, what does this remind you of? Turn on your turn the thing on. Push the on button.
When they came to grab Mashiach, everybody was gone. You be repeated like that.
Exactly.
I don't know that.
Exactly. When they came to grab Mashiach, where did the disciples go? It was out. Judas, his homeboy at the table, went straightway and sold him out. Right? We got to be careful that we don't become these things that's in this book. If you see something is wrong with somebody, if you see something that you can help out with, man, lend your arm, man. Take the pride out of it. Everybody in here is a person. Right? It's not just a name and it's not just a face. Everybody in here is a person, which means they have feelings too. You know how you felt when you was feeling depressed? Feeling like you didn't have nobody? Feeling like you were in a room full of people but you were still alone? You know what that felt like. So that means you got to lend out your arm and your hand to a person that you feel is feeling that way as well. Read on.
But in thy prosperity, he will be as yourself.
What? A friend in your prosperity is going to be what?
But in your prosperity, he will be as yourself.
You got friends that come along and when you up, they up with you. That's my guy. That's my man. And as soon as you lose that bread, man, I don't really know anything like that.
Always want me to come get him, man.
Exactly.
Oh, gas going back up, man. I mean, it was 140 something about a month ago. It's like 199 now. It's getting out of hand.
Right. Read on.
They're like misery too, and when you come up, you'll sell out.
This is true. This is true. Read on.
If thou be brought low, he will be against you, and will hide himself from your face.
Who did that? When you're brought low, what's going to happen?
He will be against you,
Uh-huh.
and will hide himself from your face.
Now, the crazy thing is, when those guards came and dealt with Mashiach, Peter was like, shh, what? You know who you trying to get at? You know what I'm saying? He's like, nah, man, just let that be. And when they took him, brought low into the council of the Pharisees, what happened? Ain't that dude that was with Mashiach? Man, I don't know that cat, man. Ain't he? I seen you walking with him. Dog, I don't know that nigga, man. It said that he got real vulgar with it. You know what I'm saying? Peter got, hey, he cussed her out. Didn't I tell you I don't know that? In the cockroach. Right? Read on.
Separate thyself from thine enemy, and take heed of thy friends.
He says, separate yourself from your enemies and take heed to your friends. Now, if somebody is not really your friend and they just an acquaintance, if that's what we is in here, we just acquaintances, so be it. But I choose not to be like that. You know what I'm saying? I only got a select few of family that is still there for me and with me. So when I come in here and when I talk to y'all throughout the week or whatever, this is my family. I talk with more of y'all than I do with my own flesh and blood. That ain't what I'm trying to have here. I ain't trying to just have acquaintances here and there. You know what I'm saying? That ain't what this about. We found out we Israel. I was about to say Yasharal. Listen to my eye. We found out we Israel, and we come together and act like, oh man, that's homeboy up the block. It's deeper than that, man. My problems is your problems. Bear one another burden, right? Your problems is my problems, right? That's how we got to deal with each other. On the real. Read on.
A faithful friend is a strong defense.
He's a what?
Strong defense.
Now, before we hit that point, he said that you're supposed to separate from your enemies, right? We enemies up in here, we got to go separate ways, right? Anybody want to be enemies? Or we want to get them bricks back together and we build back up? What we want to do? If we talking about we at a 1, somebody, who going to get the bricks? Who getting the mortar? Right? Read that verse again.
A faithful friend is a strong defense.
What does that mean? A faithful friend is a strong defense. Got your back. If somebody come and tell me, hey man, I don't know about that boy Greg, man. That boy was out buying crazy stuff on the Shabbat. I seen him. What should my reaction be if that's my friend?
I don't believe that.
Get out of here, man. I believe it when I see it myself. No, not even he made a mistake. Because that leave too much room. He ain't do it. Flat out. It says a strong defense. When you playing basketball or football, whatever sport you play, right? You got the touchdown or you got the basketball go. What was your job? Block. Your job is to make sure the other team don't score.
I wasn't talking about the person that you're supposed to be on the side. I was talking about the person that made the accusation. You know it was straight.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, that wasn't him. Somebody else with a red beard, not him. It was not my Esau. I was just talking now. No, but exactly, you're exactly right. Exactly right. But that's how it's supposed to be. Strong defense, right? Read.
A faithful friend is a strong defense, and he have found such a one have found a treasure.
If you find a faithful friend, it speaks and says that you have found a treasure. That's deep. You know what I'm saying? That expands the word friendship. You know what I'm saying? So we got to make sure that this is what we dealing with each other. Because the same type of thing that happened with my cousin, with nobody really reaching out to him, nobody really getting at him when they were supposed to get at him, this is the reason why. Or just didn't know how to come at him because you didn't know him no more. You didn't think about his feelings no more. You know what I'm saying? We can't let that happen to each other. Let's get ready to close it out. Get Psalms 37 and 23.
Psalms chapter 37 and verse 33.
23.
Verse 23. The steps of a good man are ordered by Yahuwah.
The steps of a what?
The steps of a good man are ordered by Yahuwah.
Uh-huh.
And he delighteth in his way.
Go ahead.
Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down.
For what?
For Yahuwah upholdeth him with his hand.
So if you fall, if you go in a slump, if you hold on to the Most High, you know He gonna hold on to you. I'm not gonna let you fall. Right? Get 2 Corinthians 1 and 3.
Second Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 3. Increased be Yah, even the Father of our Master Yahushua HaMashiach, the Father of mercies, and the power of all comfort.
He's the power of what?
Of all comfort.
Anybody is feeling in that depressed state, anybody feeling any ill will towards themselves, anybody else, it says the Most High is the what?
Is the Father of mercies and the power of all comfort.
Verse 4.
Who comfort us in all our tribulation.
Some tribulation.
All our tribulation.
All of it. All of it. He ain't never not there. Read.
That we may be able to comfort them which are in any trouble.
So if he's there for us, that means you got to be there for somebody else. Read.
By the comfort wherewith we ourselves are comforted of Yah.
Romans 8 and 38. We'll close on this.
Romans 8 and 38.
Verse 37. Start verse 37.
Verse 37. Nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that love us.
He said, through all things we are more than conquerors. More than conquerors, right? Read.
For I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor malachim, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of Yah, which is in Yahushua HaMashiach,
So he
our
said,
Master.
it don't matter what it is. Life, death, principality, it don't matter what it is. It ain't strong enough to separate us from the Most High if we actually hold on to him. So let's take heed. You know what I'm saying? I know I use these certain situations like an example for me to learn from. You know what I'm saying? And I pray that y'all do as well. You know what I'm saying? Like I said in the beginning, depression ain't no joke. And having somebody there with you, along with the Most High, can be life-saving. So with that, I say shalom.
So, hey, bring out that thing that statistic that you showed me about the vets in the army.
Yeah.
So we're gonna bring out something about like a lot of the cats that have been to the military. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them is in Great Depression. Man.
All right, this is coming from BuzzFeed News, right? It says, a recent study showed that roughly 22 U.S. veterans commit suicide every day.
Every what?
Every day.
22 veterans every day. These the people that then went over and quote unquote served for their country. 22 a day commit suicide. Read.
About 1 in every 65 minutes.
Every what?
1 in every 65 minutes.
Wow. So just an hour and 5 minutes every day, another veteran killed themselves. Now we know through looking at this stuff, a lot of them people is completely depressed. Some of them have lost arms and legs, and then they come over here and the army give them a watch, right? This is the person that the quote unquote fought for his country. Now we know what they really been done, right? Then went over there and killed innocent people, right? In the name of the war on terror, or some folly. Know they didn't kill these people, and you come back, lost the arm or leg or something, and the only thing they give you is a watch, and then you get to eat on Father's Day for free at a restaurant, right? That's madness. So this is why a lot of them kill themselves because they can't live with the stuff that they done. I mean, that's deep in itself. Like he said, his cousin was in the army, or one of the services.
Yeah, he was in the army 4 years. He did a lot of stuff that was too deep for him to even mention to me. But I could tell by the look on his face when he was telling me certain things that wasn't it. You know what I'm saying? It was things that he just rather not revisit. You know what I'm saying? And he asked me, uh, before he went to the army, he was an atheist. You know what I'm saying? And when he came back, like in the middle of his tour or however that worked, he came home for a week or so and had to go back. And on that week, he asked me, he said, man, out of all of the stuff that I done so far, he was saying like, what God would allow this stuff to happen? You know what I'm saying? When it was still him behind the things that he was doing, even though he was getting just following orders, you still had to do it. You know what I'm saying? So he actually said, what does a person like me, after all of the stuff that I have done, have to do to make it into heaven? You know what I'm saying? And I was telling them, you know what I'm saying, to have a love for the Father, keep the commandments. You got to truly repent for the things that you have done. You know what I'm saying? But it was, again, it wasn't something that was tangible. It wasn't something that he can hold on to and say, I can see that. So when he went back, it got worse for him. He had to do some more things. So now he has to justify that there isn't no God. You know what I'm saying? So his conscience could feel at somewhat of an ease at the things that he had to do. You know what I'm saying? And he searched and searched like every other week. He posted something about the Most High. Oh, well, if in the Bible it says this, and then you can tell he was seeking and searching, but he was so wrapped up in the stuff that he had done, the stuff that he had saw, that he didn't have no choice but to make himself go the other way. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if y'all, have any family or whatever going through anything, man, grab your family and let them know what's going. You know what I'm saying? Talk to them. You that voice of reason, like you said, being able to give somebody a word in season is important. Being able to talk to somebody and give them the right words that they need to hear at that particular time. Not only just you talking, but you being there with them. You know what I'm saying? People need that. People need that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Any questions, comments, concerns? Nope. All right, let's pray out.
Guinness World Book of Records for quickest translation.
I think it's still on.
For the what?